But if the Detroit Lions and Brad Holmes, if they're genuinely wanting to get on the Los Angeles Rams level and they want to go all in on a Super Bowl, Brad Holmes, he needs to pick the phone up. He needs to call the Las Vegas Raiders, get on the phone with the GM there, and you need to say, hey, I will give you my 2027 first-round pick. I'll give you my 2028 first-round pick for Maxx Crosby. You go all in, and you make that move. Because if you genuinely feel like you're in that window right there with the Rams, and it's a 2 or 3 year deal right now, you need to make that move that the Rams just made.
So I wanted to watch the full video of this, and I most likely will. I was about to watch it, and I probably a phone call or something. But he says the Lions need to call the Raiders and get Maxx Crosby to offer up 2027, 3, and 2028. A 2027 first-round pick and a 2028 first-round pick if they want to compete with the Rams. The funny thing about football is it's not as cut and dry in team sports as you got talent and you're going to win. Remember the Eagles had the super team. They had so much talent. Namdi, Vic, McNasty. They had a bunch of guys over there, man. And it didn't translate into a championship caliber team. You know, and over there, the Rams, they have a super team. I mean, Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford, Myles Garrett. I mean, Trent McDuffie. Okay. You got the Detroit Lions Talk playlist. But it doesn't mean once you play the Rams in that one and done we call the NFL playoffs, once you play them, it doesn't mean they will be the better team on that particular Sunday. It doesn't mean that. So that's the funny thing about it. It doesn't mean they're going to be the better team. Stafford's an older quarterback. Okay, they got Kyron Williams too. He's an older quarterback. Any injuries can happen. But do the Lions need to make that critical move? I won't say they need to. But I think they should. You know, you hear the news of Micah Parsons, injury he got a little setback coming right now. I mean, also, you just thinking about the Rams. People shooting to the top of the NFC, you're thinking about coming out your division. Right now, it's a little bit of struggle in Minnesota with quarterback. Right now, like Kyler was going to be the guy in T-shirts and panties camp, and T-shirts in my panties on camp. J.J. McCarthy is out playing him right now, which I don't believe into the past. Come on. All right. So you're really, really trying to separate yourself from the Bears, the Vikings, and the Green Bay Packers. That's what the Indiana Care Bears. You're trying to separate yourself from those guys before you get to the Rams, okay? And I do think, does it have to be an extreme move like Maxx Crosby to give you that extra oomph? No. I would do a Josh Sweat trade. I mean, if you want to go the frugal Ford route, the FFR, the frugal Ford route. I mean, Cameron Jordan just gave you 11 and a half sacks last year or something like that. Joey Bosa can be a situational pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? So really, I feel like they need to add that extra pass rusher in there. Me personally, I think Josh Sweat is enough. I think that's enough. But to be honest, I'm not opposed to them going to get Maxx Crosby and going for it. I'm not opposed to it. I think you make that deal. But also, whoa, what is going on? I kind of agree. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you just fucking do that? Like, what they just did was so wild. So, I'm telling you, dog, why would you stop ongoing traffic? I just really, boy, oh boy. I'm telling you, man, these drivers are slow. But I'm not surprised that car didn't go up there and pull the blicky on that guy. But I would understand it. But also you have to understand, and I'm pretty sure this was put up in the full video. Once you bring that contract on like that Crosby contract on, you're saying bye to Sam Laporta, you're saying, bye to BB, you're saying bye to a few players. So you have to be, as far as not that they're going to be in a trade, but as far as that you're not going to be able to sign them. So you saying right now, and everybody live in the moment. You like, oh, like right now, let's go for it. And the bad thing about it is when you don't get it right now, when you don't persevere in that window, you dealing with the ramifications. It's Super Bowl or bust. So all the guys that you built your franchise on, and you built your culture around, they're gone. They're fucking gone. So now you starting off from scratch again. You're starting off from scratch again. So you kind of got to understand that. So once you make that decision, to go all in, just know you're compromising your future. You're compromising your future. So you might have to start over. So now you really got to start hitting on them middle round picks, the Teslas and all that type of stuff. So you guys understand, like on the back end of that situation is financially, we got to hit in the draft. A lot of these guys, the Vackies, the Manu Giovannis, the Teslas, they got to develop, but we got to start hitting on them middle round picks. You know, we got to start hitting on them mid-round picks. And if we don't start hitting on them mid-round pick, we going to go back into destitute. So that has to be understood. That has to be understood. So when you make that move, that's why I say you just want to go to the sweet spot. You want to go Josh Sweat, go for that sweet spot. Yep, go for that Josh Sweat sweet spot. Won't cost you 2 ones. Might cost you a 1. Might cost you a couple mid-round picks. Might cost you a second-round pick. You got about 12 sacks last year. Put him next with Hutch, with Moore, with Wanham. You know, you in the game. And I was listening to them, or a little bit of them talk about Barrett Holmes didn't repair the secondary the right way. I mean, to be honest, what was the repair? He's hoping for the best. He's being very optimistic in the back end, the 2 safeties. You hoping Rackstraw give you something. You hoping Arnold get you something. You hoping Reed get you something. But then again, he got the McCrary kid. Is it Roger McCrary? You know, he bought Maddox. He bought Roxanne back. I mean, DJ Reed back. They stay healthy. I mean, it's up. They don't stay healthy. You're probably gonna wish you did trade for Maxx Crosby. You're gonna probably wish you did trade for Mad Max. So we'll see. Man, that's a lot of questions. I'm not freaking out over the Kirby situation. Yeah, I'm not freaking out over that. I'm not freaking out over BB, over the secondary situation. I'm not freaking out over it. I'm not. We'll see where we at. Almost in July, end of July. We'll see where we at. We will see where we are at when they come to July, early August. You know. But regardless, Crosby, Sweat, Jordan, Bosa, or whoever else, regardless, if that back end ain't together, I mean, ain't together enough, which I think it will be. Terrion, you know, McCrary in the slot. Really worry about if the safety's together, if the safety's okay, they doing their thing and they healthy. I think the first offseason they've been injured. I think the Pistons and I think the Lions in a good position, regardless. So the way they stop the run and they can also get after the passer, I think they're in a good position. So I'm not too worried about it. But we'll see. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Peace.